Hello everybody, this is Gamer Gar. Welcome back to another 100% Stardew Valley completion Let's Play. We are now on the third week of winter. We are almost finished the 1 year challenge. It's going to be so interesting to see what we have accomplished by the end of the year. We're going to go to Robin here now and we're going to get a big coop, and that would be chain upgraded to a deluxe coop so we can fill it up with other bits and bobs. We might just go with chickens this time. We finally give Linus his berry basket. It's probably a bit too late for him to use it now, but hey, there's always here too, right? Let's have a look at the help wanted quests. Clint is looking for the quartz, but we absolutely want more prize tickets, so we will oblige, of course. We're going to give Clint the quartz, he gives us the prize ticket, but we're not finished with good old Clint just yet. We're going to upgrade some more tools. We're going to upgrade our trash can. This is a tool I always forget to upgrade, but we're going to chain upgrade that all the way to iridium. We are now focusing on artifacts. We have all of the minerals completed, and we were lucky enough to get a handful of these artifacts last week. But we still need a lot of artifacts if we want to get 100% completion. Over on Ginger Island, we have a little pineapple farm going. All of these pineapples are going to the seed makers to expand our pineapple range. Pineapples are actually quite profitable. Not as good as starfruit, but they're still quite good. Once all of the pineapples have been seeded, we're going to go to Mr. Key's secret walnut room. We're going to donate 4 prismatic shards to complete another key quest. We're now going to pick up the extended family quest, and we're going to abuse this just a little bit to make some money, because at the moment our money is quite low, especially coming into year 2. I'd like a little bit more money to start a very strong year 2. I now placed the beets here inside Mayor Lewis's fridge, and I get back a task here to give the sand dragon his last meal. That's just giving a solar essence to the dragon over in the desert. We'll get around to that eventually. Looking at the special orders quest, we finally got the prismatic jelly. This will reward us with a monster musk. Robin is going to have to wait for now. We need to prioritize this. This will ensure that we have all monster eradication goals complete by the end of year 1. Monster musk dramatically increases the spawn rates of monsters. The night market is open. We're going to purchase a painting here for 1200 gold. Why not? A few more decorations on the farm can't hurt. We're then going to go to the mermaid show, and we're going to complete the mermaid puzzle, which will reward us with a pearl. Now, none of this is needed for 100% completion, but it's always handy to have a pearl because it's a universal loved gift, and lots of birthdays are coming up in year 2. We're then going to head into the submarine here and play the submarine minigame. So we fished up the spookfish. We also got some spookfish raw, which we will sell, and some coal, which was very nice. We then got the midnight squid. Eventually, we got to go at the blobfish. It was the last fish we needed. We also got tons of seaweed down here as well, which is really nice. Seaweed is so important when you want to make lots of fish ponds. When we pulled up the blobfish, we got the master angler achievement there, which was very nice indeed. That's all of the fish now caught in the game, which was really nice to see. So in terms of completion, we're getting there. We got all the fish, all the minerals, and we almost have all of the monster eradication goals as well, and we're getting there with the artifacts. The next day, Willie will send us a lovely star drop in the mail. Thanks very much, Willie. We're not finished with the star drops yet. We still have to do the Sweet Gem Berry star drop, and we have to do the star drop that you get when you get married, and you have accumulated lots of friendship points with your partner. So there's still a little bit ways to go with the star drops, but we'll get there eventually. We almost have maxed out friendship points with Penny, so that marriage is literally just down the road. So we decided to do the extended family quest today, but instead of going for all of the legendary fish, we're going to continually go for the legend 2. Now, we are going to smoke these up, and we're going to sell them for extraordinary amounts of money. Now, because we had 2 trap bobbers equipped, it wasn't the hardest fish in the world to catch because the progress bar went down a lot slower. But if I had quality bobbers, I would have swapped out 1 trap bobber with a quality bobber to get iridium quality legend 2s. They would have sold for a lot more money. So that's something we might do down the road if we need, quick bursts of money here and there. At the end of the day, we respect fishing again, so we're going with fisher again and angler, so fish is worth 50% more. We're then going to sell the legend 2s the next day, so that we really get to maximize on profits. So we're still in the process of collecting ancient fruit, putting that into seed makers and filling up the greenhouse with it. We got very lucky today and we found the prismatic slime fairly early, which was nice. We got the prismatic jelly. We're going to give that to the wizard now to complete another quest. He'll give us the recipe for the monster musk the next day. We also given the wizard here a rabbit's foot because it was his birthday, so that's going to give us lots of friendship points with him. He actually gave us a quest to give him a void essence, but I totally forgot to bring it down, but we can always give it to him at some other stage. For the rest of the day, we're just pulling up the rest of the legendary fish to complete Mr. Key's quest because I really want to prioritize those key gems. We also need to purchase lots of recipes from Mr. Key's secret walnut room, so the more key quests we complete, the faster we can get that done. Now we're going to smoke up all those legendary fish as well. We're going to get lots of money, and we also handed in the prismatic jelly quest. We get 5,000 gold as a reward there too. 363,000 gold made today, primarily from selling smoked fish. So the smoked legend 2, that's sold for 314,099 gold because we had 10 of those, which is just amazing. We got lots of money too from the smoked son of the crimson fish, the radioactive carp, the Miss Angler, and the Glazerfish Jr. So we now managed to accumulate enough friendship points with Robin, so she's going to give us the flute block and the drum block. That's needed for the mermaid side quest over on Ginger Island to get 5 more golden walnuts. So that's needed for 100% completion. But we also need to get hearts up with Robin anyway to learn recipes and other bits and bobs. It's now time to construct more farming structures. This time we're going to go for another deluxe coop, and that'll probably be filled up with all different manner of coop animals such as dinosaurs, chickens and ducks, just to speed up perfection. We are now back in the Skull Cavern. We got very lucky today. We picked up some crystallariums. The main reason we're down here is to fight serpents. We need 250 serpent kills to complete the serpent monster eradication goal. Coming down here with the monster musk is an absolute game changer. It makes farming these serpents way easier. We picked up a rain totem as well. That's going to come in fierce handy, especially if you need, technically, a rainy day in winter. If you wanted to get married in winter, the rain totem is how you do it. Now, besides farming up the serpents, we're getting lots of goodies as well, such as omni geodes. These are needed because we need to trade these in for artifact troves to get a lot more artifacts. It would be really nice by the end of the first year to have all of the minerals, artifacts. You know, we already have the fish, and it would be nice to get all the monster eradication goals as well. That would be a pretty good dent made in the game when it comes to perfection, and of course, getting 100% completion. Speaking of monster eradication goals, we finally got a prehistoric floor, and we just got over 50 dinosaur kills there, which was great. That's going to reward us with the arcane hat, I believe, so we don't have to worry too much about prehistoric floors ever again. We don't even need to come down here to farm dinosaur eggs because we already have a few in the chest. So hatching dinosaurs will be pretty easy back on the farm. We just have to wipe out the serpents now and then do a few runs in the volcano cave and get the 150 kill count on the magma sprites and sparkers. I managed to pick up some more prismatic shards today as well, and despite the fact that I've picked up so many of these, because they're much more rare to come across, it just never gets old. I always get excited when I come across those prismatic shards. It's also worth taking our time and fighting those ghosts if we see them. They're called carbon ghosts. They have a good chance to drop omni geodes too on defeat, and we're all about omni geodes at the moment. Eventually, we will get the monster eradication goal for wiping on all these serpents. We just have to put in the hours, put in the grind, and just see it through. The monster musk does make a difference, and these serpents are also dropping some pretty good stuff. They're dropping void essences, they're dropping bombs. Occasionally, they will drop the odd prismatic shard or two as well. Let's have a look at the spoils. Now, we didn't get a whole lot of iridium ores today, but we did get 2 crystallariums, we got 2 prismatic shards, and we got an absolute ton of omni geodes that can be traded in for artifact troves. We'll put away the rain totem for now, and we have a monster musk left. The monster musks are pretty expensive to make, so we need to keep all of the bat wings that we get so we can make more. So it was my bad. I did say that we got an arcane hat for killing the dinosaurs. We already got that actually. We got the knight's helm instead. You get the arcane hat, I believe, killing mummies. So we're back down in the Skull Cavern today, trying to kill more serpents. We're actually very close now to getting the monster eradication goal for serpents. Now once all these monster eradication goals have been finished, you're probably going to see a lot less frequent Skull Cavern runs. Of course there still will be Skull Cavern runs, just not the capacity you're seeing right now. We still have a lot to do to get perfection and to get 100% in this game. We have to get really good relationships with all of the Stardew Valley NPCs. That's why we have the coop filled up with rabbits, of course, to trivialise that. And there we have it, 250 serpents wiped out from the face of Stardew Valley. All that's left now is the magma sprites and magma sparklers inside the volcano. Now we are going to pay a nice visit to the desert trader. We're going to trade in all of our omni geodes for artifact troves, and we'll get Clint to break those open. For the rest of the day, we are hitting floor 81 primarily for hay because our hay is almost gone, and we don't want our animals to lose valuable friendship points. The happier our rabbits, the higher quality rabbits' feet they will produce for us. If we can get gold or iridium quality rabbits' feet, we're going to see some serious friendship levels with all of the Stardew Valley NPCs. So it's very important we keep our animals happy. If the pigs are really happy, they will find multiple truffles for us every single day. That means huge amounts of passive income as well. What I love about floor 81 is a nice small compact floor. Not only is it a great floor for fibre and hay, but it's also a great floor for breaking open barrels to get lots of useful miscellaneous items, and also to get lots of ores such as gold ores, and if we're lucky, on the rare occasion, copper ores and other bits and bobs. We also pulled up a strange dollar from hoeing the big dirt patches down here as well. Now it's worth 1,000 gold right now, but if we get a special book of power, it'll triple in value to 3,000 gold. 32 iridium bars ready to go, and 24 deluxe bait. And we're also getting some legendary roe here as well, and this is typically how most mornings go in our cozy farm. We're now going to visit Clint. We get our copper trash can. We will now get some sort of money every time we put items into our trash can that we don't want. It's now time to get Clint to break open all of these artifact troves, and we actually got a lot of items that we needed to make a pretty good dent in Gunther's artifact collection. Now we don't get all of the artifacts right here. We will have to go out of our way and farm specific areas for certain bits and pieces, but we do get the majority of the stuff we needed, including the treasure appraisal guide. Now this is quite the rare book of power to come across, but it's an absolute game changer. Using the treasure appraisal guide, all artifact items in the game now triple in value, and that includes the dinosaur eggs, making the dinosaur one of the most, not the best, but one of the most profitable Coop animals in the game. Only behind the golden chicken, of course. That beats the golden chicken. So we're now going to donate all of these artifacts into Gunther's lovely museum. And there's only a small few artifacts that are left to donate. Now those small few artifacts are going to be quite challenging to do. But look what we get as a reward here for donating so many items. A magic rock candy. And I believe this is the first one we've seen this year. Now I could have traded in prismatic shards for magic rock candies in the past, but I kept the prismatic shards primarily to sell for money and to enchant tools and weapons with. As you can see there now, there's only maybe 4 or 5 artifacts that are missing, and most of those are fairly easy to get by using artifact troves, but some you don't get in artifact troves. We will have to grind them out. Now we have accumulated a good few prize tickets, so it was time to hand those in and reap the rewards. An extra dehydrator is always welcome. I was just missing one prize ticket to get another star drop tea. I was so disappointed, but not to worry, we will come back very soon for that, and we will use that maybe for someone's birthday, just to get those bonus friendship points. It was Evelyn's birthday today. We gave her the diamond. That pushed her straight up to 4 hearts out of 10, so hopefully in the next day or two Evelyn will send us a nice recipe in the mail. It was Saturday, which means all of the forageables accumulated today on the beach. So we're going to pick up all these lovely corals. These are all iridium quality corals as well. We get some glass shards too, but we've already donated those, so we can just sell those for extra money. Now I paid a visit to the dig site here in the hopes to get some artifacts that I didn't get from the troves yet, and we got extraordinarily lucky today. As we can see, I'm just planted some bombs, blown up the ground. I was not expecting to get an amphibian fossil because it was one of the artifacts that I needed in order to get perfection, in order to complete Gunther's museum. That amphibian fossil is a game changer, and I was so worried about getting all of the artifacts in this run. Now it's not over yet. There's still other artifacts that we have to get. Now it's time to focus down and focus on one goal at a time if we can. We're going to go back into the volcano. We picked up an ostrich egg on the first floor. That was absolutely incredible. It's very rare that you get a chest on the first floor actually. Now, we came in here for one reason and one reason only. To wipe out magma sprites and magma sparklers. We had a monster musk, so these things were spawning all over the place, which was great for us. With the trinket that we have, the Rod of Ice, it was immobilizing the majority of them, which was making them quite easy to kill. Sometimes though it would immobilize them and they were very far away so we couldn't reach them, but that was quite rare when it happened in all fairness. Most of the time when the enemies got quite close, the rod would immobilize them and would just make for an easy kill, and it just meant that I wasn't taking huge amounts of damage either. Speaking of damage, the gear I have on me at the moment is probably the best gear you can get in the game, except for the weapon of course, but eventually we will get enough key gems and we will decide to upgrade one weapon to an infinity weapon because we have to do that to get an achievement to 100% this game. We're also going to trial out some of the dragon tooth weapons as well, and we're going to use dragon's teeth on them to give them special enchants just to see how powerful we can actually make our character, but that's all in the near future of course. At the end of the day, we made 50,963 gold, Most of that came from mining, but we made almost 8,000 gold from selling artifacts, because all of these artifacts are now worth 3 times their base value. The rare disc there is worth 900 gold, which was really nice. The ancient sword, 300 gold. The arrowhead, 120. Ancient drum, 300 gold. It just means getting artifacts in the future will be a little bit more lucrative. Now, we picked up our first batch of bananas today, and we can use 1 banana to complete another Ginger Island quest. And this time the gorilla will come out, eat the banana, and we will be rewarded with 3 more golden walnuts. And we're now very close to actually obtaining all of the golden walnuts in the game. We just have to do a couple of more things, and that will be one step closer to getting perfection. I fixed up the starter bridge today going into the mines because I had the golden walnuts to do it, so why not? We are now going to spend a good portion of today just killing more magma sprites and magma sparklers. We're very close now to getting our kill count to 150. And once we achieve that today, that will be all of the monster eradication goals complete. We also pick up the green frog egg as well. And the frog is actually quite a fun trinket. It one-shots basically any enemy in the game. It would just gobble them up, no problem at all. I just love the frog so much. The only downfall with the frog is that you don't get XP and you don't get items. You know, it's like the Final Fantasy VII Cloud's finishing touch. You know, he just blows away the enemy and you don't get anything for it. I mean, I suppose it's a handy get out of jail free card. It's handy for the mummies if you don't want to waste bombs and detonate them. So this was the floor where we finally complete all the monster eradication goals. There was lots of magma sprites here. It was time to wipe them out and reap the rewards. Now, for completing this monster eradication goal, we're just going to get the phone number for the Adventurers Guild, and we can basically use the item recovery service from the comfort of our house. That's basically it. I don't really use the item recovery service, to be honest, but it's a handy feature to have. We're now going to pay a visit to the desert here. We're going to pick up all these cactus fruit. These are all iridium quality. Normally I use them if I'm going to Skell Cavern. They give nice energy and they give nice health. I then managed to hoe up a golden relic from the ground. I was so happy with this. This was another artifact needed to give in to Gunther. One step closer to 100% in the game. We're still a good ways off though. Because it was Sunday, we are going to trade in all of our accumulated jades for staircases. That's 75 staircases in total. Now I went to the first floor in the Skell Cavern looking for mummies. Thankfully I got a mummy on the first floor. I destroyed it, picked up a solar essence. I decided to feed that to the dragon just to complete the next chain quest for Mr. Key here to get into the casino. We got a note to say check the log pile beside our house. That will give us the card to get into the casino in the future. Let's have a look at the monster eradication goals. Slimes, void spirits, bats, skeletons, cave insects, duggies, dust sprites, all defeated. Rock crabs, mummies, pepper rexes, serpents, and magma sprites, finished. Let's take a look at the rewards. And as I said previously, Gil will now give us the phone number to contact Marlin to use his item recovery service from the comfort of our house. And that is another achievement to complete all monster eradication goals, and it also counts towards perfection as well. So we're probably going to get perfection a lot sooner rather than later with the way we're going. What's bottlenecking us right now is selling all of the items, but because we can get Pierre's missing stock list very soon, we can always just, you know, buy a ton of crops off him, go to Ginger Island, plant them all, sell them, and, you know, there you go. So it's now time to donate more items into Gunther. We've got the golden relic there, and we have the amphibian fossil, but we're not finished just yet. There's still a few more pieces we need to get. Now I had a spare strange doll, so I just decided to run down here and throw it into the lava pool. We get the faraway stone. Eventually we'll go to the wizard's house with that, and we'll pick up the Meowmere. We might transconfigure our weapon into the Meowmere just for the aesthetic of it. Now, I was trying to get the chewing stick. You can get this from artifact troves, but there's also a chance you can get it from duggies. I put on the burglaring just to increase the drop rate of the duggies as well. And I basically spammed floor 15 over and over again in the hopes that one of these duggies would drop the chewing stick for me. Unfortunately, despite the fact that we've killed tons of these things, we've never picked up the artifact. And we're almost 1 year into the game, and like, I've got the chewing stick as early as day 5 on some other playthroughs, but it just goes to show that some artifacts are much easier for people where others can be much harder. It's all RNG, of course. So that is another week done. I really hope you enjoyed this video. We just have 1 week left, and that'll be 1 whole year then of our 100% Stardew Valley completion Let's Play. So if you're enjoying these Let's Plays, please give the video a like and consider subscribing to me. I do release videos quite regularly, especially Stardew Valley videos. Thanks again for watching everyone, and I will see you in the next video.